Every day, my dog and I had 4 training sessions. In the morning, before the walk with all my other dogs and after it. And the same cycle in the evening. It was tough, especially at those moments when results weren't really visible. Sometimes I felt like giving up. But as they say, discipline solves everything. That's why I never gave in and pushed my dog as much as I could. Due to my lack of experience and knowledge, I sometimes overworked my dog, wanting to achieve results as quickly as possible. But overall, judging by my dog's current condition, I was doing everything right, and our efforts were not in vain. Now, looking back and remembering how my dog used to lie down unable to even hold her head properly, and seeing her now sitting up on her own and moving around, I realized it was all worth it. It was especially difficult to work on her paw after the surgery, to get the muscles functioning again. Considering that I tend to want immediate results and struggle with long-term patience, the challenge was doubly hard. For my dog's rehabilitation, I came up with a set of exercises, and even when she was lying down and almost asleep, I would press on her paw so that she would resist, thus engaging her muscles. Twice a day, we would go outside. Well, go outside is a bit of a stretch. I cut a piece of plywood to the size of the dog, rolled her onto it, and took her out since, of course, she couldn't walk and I couldn't lift her in my arms. Lifting 30 kilograms in a gym is one thing, but lifting the same 30 kilograms of live weight feels more like 120 kilograms. That's why I carried the dog on a piece of plywood. At the time, I didn't even know or understand if there would be any results, or if we were doing the right thing at all. But time has put everything into perspective. Gradually, I taught the dog to give a paw from different positions: sitting, lying down, and standing. I taught her to crawl, turn to the right and left, and, using a target, to turn right, left, up, and down. But getting her to sit was the hardest, and it just wouldn't work. However, every small success brought immense joy. The dog began to engage more in the work, started losing noticeable weight, and developed zest for life. Sometimes she even tried to do something on her own, and when she didn't, a little magical nudge from behind worked wonders. Since we needed to lose weight, I couldn't work too much with food as a reward. Fortunately, the dog was very affectionate and loved being scratched and petted, which I used as positive reinforcement. I also bought a head massaging brush to motivate her even more, and it worked. In general, the dog and I worked tirelessly, with neither hands nor paws spared. Time went on, and the dog was both losing weight and slowly getting back into shape. That was when I started thinking about getting a wheelchair for her. I was constantly trying to force progress, but there was no other way. If I had kept just feeling sorry for the dog, I'd probably still be doing it now. And that definitely wouldn't have helped at all. I tried wrapping the dog's back half in a blanket to help her stand on her front legs. To put it mildly, it wasn't easy. She was like jelly, wobbling and tipping in every direction. Any new physical was extremely difficult for her, and it drained so much of my strength, nerves, and patience. But we didn't give up. I kept trying to adjust, come up with new exercises, invent different approaches, anything to get results. 40 days after the surgery, the pin was finally and successfully removed. That moment felt like all horizons opened up in front of me. We could now start rehabilitating the leg properly and increasing it at full speed, but sometimes progress still wasn't as fast as I wanted. The leg continued to swell and ooze for another 2 months. Meanwhile, I was expecting visible improvement within 2 days. What we have now, the dog has been gradually losing weight. We continue working with 4 training sessions a day. The surgery was successful, the pin has already been removed, and the leg has even stopped swelling. All of this took exactly 4 months from the moment of the accident. 4 months of continuous work. My dog and I haven't missed a single training session, and we never gave up. Even though there were moments when it seemed possible, reaching the goal we set was truly worth it. It really means a lot, and of course, I'm incredibly proud of my dog. Proud of her patience, her heroism, and sometimes her carefree attitude and laziness, but I always have a little magic kick to motivate her when needed. And now the time for the wheelchair has come. In fact, it hadn't really come yet. I was rushing things as much as I could and started working on the wheelchair long before my dog. And I could even imagine that one day we would be walking. Your help is very important to us, as the treatment is quite expensive. The video includes the payment details so that you can support us. Huge thanks to everyone who decides to help.